Good morning, everybody. My name is Kevin, and today is let's see, what is it? The 15th of December. I had to look. I'm excited to pop in today and deliver a message, pretty powerful message that I got this morning. Was a bit confusing at first, as it usually is for me, until I land and decide what these oracle cards or what the message is with the oracle cards, and then it seems like by magic, miracle, whatever you want to call that, it lands. And today it landed pretty powerfully. Now, at first, I think I said yesterday or the day before, it all feels very personal. The kind of message I get is like personal to me, but then I realize, oh, if you look at everybody's consciousness, where we are with what's going on and what's happening in the physical world, together collectively the message has got to be for more than one person. And I find, as I listen to feedback from people, and what I'm told, that it speaks directly to them too. So um, I think this is sort of clearing up a bit of confusion for me as to, well, this seems like it's personal, why am I sharing it with the world? That's what we're really here to do. Um, and when I get these two cards, which I think really, let me move over here because I know this is what I've got to pop in there. Um, when I get to these two, oops, there you go, these two cards here, um, the Spirit Whisperer came out as a challenger, and then the Power Intention is the angel that sort of influences it. And I typically, when I get two different oracle cards from two completely different authors with two really different intentions here, um, Colette Baron Reed has the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Carl Gray and Jennifer Hawkyard, who did the illustration, has the Angel Guide Oracle cards. But I'm now beginning to realize that we can have wisdom that comes from the depth of whatever you want to call it, universal spirit. But then there needs to be a higher, for me, a higher message above it, what's influencing it. So this is what lands me on this two card dual action spread that I'm sharing. So um, inside all of us, especially when we meditate and elevate, meditate and elevate, we go inward to our soul that's anchored in the physical body and elevate the vibration to pick up information that we need to know, especially since I believe, I'm not expecting you to, we're moving into a different dimensional way of being. If you look at how things are shaping up and showing up, there's a way to cope and a way not to cope. Um, so the spirit whisperer is that voice inside, and when it comes in as a challenge, which means it was reversed, it's an indication that you are listening to an inner voice, but to listen closely and to decipher whether what you're listening to is truly feels right, or if you're listening to something that underneath it there's a river of doubt. So when there's this river of doubt, I don't know about that, I'm not sure about that, as in the example I gave you this morning, I need to get some clarity on what this is saying because it's not clear. Then I pull from the other card and then it became clear, then I got the clarity in it. The power and intention. At some point in your lives, our lives, my life, your life, everybody's life, there is a very powerful force that gives us that clarity of what we're doing here. And it could be you want to pursue something, you want to marry someone, you want to live somewhere, you want to write something, you've got this clear intention, which is incredibly powerful, then other things happen that get in the way, and seemingly this intention goes poof, it's gone, and poof, it's disappeared. Now, astrologers have said, and I'm really not that great at astrology, I've got some great leads for people who are master astrologers here locally. Meredith Swain is fantastic. Um, uh, they can pinpoint, the second coming of Saturn and how Jupiter's influencing, and all of the other planets that are in your different houses are all speaking the same language. We're being challenged on a global level to change the way we're doing everything, thinking, believing, understanding. And I feel myself sitting back and watching, listening, and paying attention, not only to what I see, what I hear, but also to, oof, how is that affecting what I do? If you're part of a bigger consciousness, if you're part of a bigger message, if you're part of, helping other people, listening to other people, holding space for people to share, you're gathering information. But the intention and the power of your own intention is up underneath it. It is always been there. Yes, our method to get there may change, our journey to get there may change, but the power and intention of what we are looking to do and wanting to do, no matter how many years go by, is still there. It doesn't necessarily go anywhere. The only time the power and intention that we have just completely gets obliterated if it's off the charts, wild and crazy, and doesn't make absolutely no sense at all, or doesn't fit. And that's just kind of like crazy daydreams. Odd times you have dreams that don't match up with anything that you do. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's a distraction. It's to pull you away from the power and the intention. The bigger picture here for all of us to learn, what I want to put forth to you today is, and if you don't believe this, listen up. The millions of people, I don't even know if we've got into the billions yet, on the planet that are here, are one small amount of the vast number of energetic spirits that inhabit this vast universe. That's a challenge for the egoic mind to comprehend, because we think of ourselves as being, to think of a billion people as a lot of people. If you're placing them in a football field, yeah, I don't think they'll fit. But then you go look at, whether it's colonies of ants or beehives or, hornets' nests, whatever you look at, when you look at something smaller on a larger scale, you get it. Well, the universe is vast. It goes on. I mean, you can ask astronomers and they'll tell you they'll likely tell you how many stars, planets, and existences there are in the galaxy, if you will. You can think about how big planet Earth is compared with other planets in the solar system. This solar system is vast, it's huge. So the other part I'm trying to get to here is, yeah, we have to have a human experience right now. And the human experience is all consuming. It's the daily stuff that we've got to do. But don't forget, and never forget, that you and me and the next person and the next person, the generations that are coming up behind us, they've all got the capacity to lead something, to be important, to be heard. And there's this analogy that the squeaky wheel gets the oil. There's only a few people that have their voice out there that are actually getting heard. But what are they saying? What exactly are they talking about? This is where you have the spirit whisperer, the underneath, asking you to listen. When it's a challenge, it's saying, pull yourself out of the distraction, listen to that inner voice that's guiding you, and know that it's bringing you back to your power and your intention. So right now, when you have all of this madness and mayhem happening, it feels like it's madness and mayhem, just doesn't make a lot of sense. You draw in, meditate, read. The other thing that I'm physically doing with myself is purging. I'm using that inner spirit, that inner guidance to decide, can I still wear this? Do I want to still wear this? And could somebody else use it? And those three questions is either yes, yes, yes. If it's a no, 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 okay, bye. And that's with furniture, that's with artwork, that could be with photographs, it could be with anything you've got physically that you want to purge. I'm also doing a little internal cleansing of my physical being, listening to my physical body saying, well, if I'm enlightening the spirit, if I'm lifting up the vibration, I need to probably begin to consume the foods that nourish my body and nurture the intention of lifting lighter types of food, fruits, vegetables, things like that. Nothing stodgy and nothing heavy. And then looking at the habits. So habits that we know are anchored in the comfy place. You know, the habit of, well, every day I have I don't know, a cake at 11 o'clock, whatever you want to call it. Every day I have a pot of coffee. Every day I have this. No, there is nothing wrong with what you're consuming if it's in alignment and directly related to what your power and your intention is doing. You know, oftentimes we'll make statements, I've made them. Oh, I want to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, this. What's the intention of doing it? And how important is it? That's the power of intention. You can want to do anything. You know, I can want to win a lottery jackpot. How lovely would that be? What's the power and the intention behind it? Okay, you've done it. How is that going to elevate yourself, lift yourself? What will it do? That's the power of the intention. Listen. Will it make a big difference? And is it lined up with intentionally what you're doing? And I come back to people like Mother Teresa, Gandhi, leaders, big leaders, people who wanted to lead. And then there are other leaders who have the full power of intention and such potentiality and got stuck with egoic habits where felt like a good idea, thought it was a good idea, but got derailed because, you know, the ego wants us to be very cozy, wants us to be very comfy. The ego doesn't like challenge. The ego doesn't like growth. The ego is that wolf that nips and says, no, don't do that. You'll know. It takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable. It takes a lot of courage to say, I'm going to do something different. It takes a lot of courage to be different. So, bigger message, and we'll get to meditate, is if your spirit is whispering, listen, read, ask questions, gather your good people. Your good people are people that have your back. Your good people are people that no matter what, they might think you're a bit of a Looney Tune, but they'll always have your back. They'll always be, okay, that makes sense, but it doesn't make sense, and are you sure? And you can tell by the look on their face. Gather them, write, read, just gather in. And then just take a little forecast. Maybe go back 3 or 4 years to see what was your intention back when. Did you follow through with it? A bit like purging. Get the stuff out of the way that distracted you and took you off your path. Get that out of the way, purge it. You know, there's a saying that goes, you have to get empty, and I forgot what the rest of it is. I'll think of it. But sometimes you have to get empty. Sometimes you have to empty out. When things are not going quite the way you thought they would go, you sort of have to start from scratch. And there's nothing wrong with starting from scratch. Absolutely nothing. Sometimes when you're going through cupboards, closets, purging, getting back in touch with something from way back when, you forget there's stuff lurking that you haven't really paid attention to. And that's what this message here is saying. Pay attention. All right, I will turn that off. Let's see. There. And then I'm going to remind us all of this one I found. Here you go. I've left this up here for a reason. I learned this when I was doing my 30 days live, whatever challenge it was in August. Your pain becomes your purpose, your mess becomes your message, and your wounds become the words of wisdom. Such a good quote. And these are things you learn by. These are things that teach us stuff that, oh, you know, this morning I heard on the news early somebody talking about worry. It was a teacher that built an outside classroom somewhere up in Wisconsin, of all places, that freezing area. Well, she put this classroom outside, and before she knew it, the whole school was outside learning in what to me looked like wooden teepees. I thought, well, how ingenious is this? And the kids were learning. They didn't care. They were like, oh, yeah, got their coats on, their gloves on. And the woman speaking and had come up with this concept basically said that her grandmother taught her that worry is like a rocking chair. It goes back and forth and doesn't get anywhere. That's the message. Stop worrying. Listen to your inner voice and go with the power of intention. All right, my friends, let us meditate. Again, I start the same way every day to get comfy and cozy, not with any other intention, but to be present in the here and the now, and then connect to the soul, the spirit, the kindness, the energy that you want to connect to, that you are connected with. Mother Earth, ground your feet into the floor and take your mental consciousness there, and then a breath in to fill up and create space on the inside. As you breathe out, release, let go, and pull out stuff that doesn't deserve to be in you. Another breath in. Release and let go on your out breath. And your last breath in, hold it at the top. Take in a bit more. Take in a bit more, stretch your skin and your muscles. Release and let it out. Ooh. The function and the power of meditation is to go in. To go inward to your answers, inward to your inner voice, inward to your inner intention. The power of the breath is to create the rhythm and the energetics of your physical body. Intentional, conscious, connected breathing also physically aids in raising your physical body to a higher vibration. The intention and the purpose of a daily meditation practice at this hour of the day is to set your day, to enliven your life. Thoughts, ideas are energy moving through the body. Feelings, emotions, is energy moving through the body. The power of breath is the intention of the spirit moving the emotions and the thoughts and the feelings through the body. The soul and the spirit within is constantly learning, continually achieving, pausing briefly, bring your mind and your consciousness to your solar plexus, the area around your heart, between your belly button and your heart muscle. Send energy down in through your tailbone into your legs, from your legs into the soles of your feet, and allow energy that you no longer need to be recycled into Mother Earth. Think of this energy being absorbed, rejuvenated, as if an energetic fountain rises up, lifts up from the earth, and surrounds you as it rises up above your crown, collects at the top above your head, and travels downward through the crown of your head, rejuvenating your heart. Continue with this cycle of energy going down into the depths of the earth, releasing, removing, recycling and transforming all energy you no longer want or need. See this transformative energy rising up all around you in all directions. See it as light, clean, fresh, rejuvenated energy. Lifted above your head. See the magnificence of power rising, collecting at the top, miraculously traveling down through your crown, into your heart. With it comes its rejuvenated power. Continue seeing this flow of energy moving down, being rejuvenated, lifting up, and cycling back down through you. Now begin to gather this light as it comes down through the crown of your head and settles in your heart. Feel this rejuvenated energy expanding, filtering and cleansing. Lift this rejuvenated energy from your heart up through your shoulders, up through the crown of your head, and see the expansion of loving, rejuvenated, fresh, powerful energy moving in all directions. Allow yourself to be the catalyst of light. You are the most powerful leader and bridge between the Mother Earth and the heavens. Pull the rejuvenated energy from inside of you, from below you, from Mother Earth up through your body. Allow this rejuvenated energy with your own powerful intention of love, of higher purpose, of clarity and wisdom, of grace, respect, integrity, and all that you hold in high esteem. May your purpose and intention be spread and sprinkled like a shower outward from you in all directions. Allow your own magnificent power of light and love, wisdom, knowledge, to become sparks that ignite the light of love and wisdom and knowledge in others. And continue allowing that flow of energy up through your body, out through your crown, see and be the catalyst for the awakening and the growth of others. So it is, and so shall it be. With that feeling of lightness and power of intention, bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. Keep this essence of grace and wisdom with you, this feeling of light and abundance around you. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center. Namaste, I see the divine within you. Thank you very much for letting me guide you through that. I hope you got a lot out of it. I did. Yeah, enjoy your Tuesday. Make it count. Do something that makes a difference to yourself, something that makes a difference to somebody else. And we'll see each other tomorrow. All right. Lots of love. Bye.